Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. And we are talking about Big Brother 6.
Yes, we are back with BB6.
Yes.
We've got episodes 2 and 3
Yes.
to recap.
Through the first eviction.
Yes.
So we're coming off of, we've already recapped the premiere where we got the nominations.
Right.
So now we're coming back, reactions to that.
Yes.
And of course, Ashley is sad that she's nominated. And Eric is so intense. Kaser, it is not over yet.
He is up in Kaser's face. He's like, it's not over. You got this. You're not going. You're not going. I'm like, dude, he cannot take enough breaths
Down.
for me.
Yes.
Just like,
Yeah.
slow down.
Right, so Kaser's kind of trying to figure out, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why don't these people like me? And Bo is like, you're being too introverted. Like, people aren't getting to know you. You need to, like, put yourself out there more. And, he's kind of, like, taking that to heart. I think, like, okay, maybe.
Maybe. Like, it's hard for us to know if that's exactly what's going on.
Right.
Or they're just racist. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But what you do see is that he has his head in the game. Like, he's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
He goes up to Rachel and is like, no hard feelings. Like, he seems like he's doing all the right things. Whereas I didn't see Ashley do anything.
No.
Ashley is like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not over, but...
Yeah.
Like, her head's not in the game.
Not doing a whole lot of campaigning for herself.
No.
Well, then we get a segment of Howie. And
oh boy, Howie is a piece of work.
Oh my Lord.
I could not figure out how I feel about Howie.
I have a feeling there's a lot of Howie in our future.
Yeah.
But how I feel right now is that he's super full of himself.
He's very full of himself.
He's super annoying.
He's a bit annoying.
A little not arrogant. Well, arrogant, yeah. But also a little ignorant.
Very ignorant.
And I just am not a fan so far.
Well, like, part of him I get he's just trying to be that guy.
Well, and he's good TV.
And the ladies love me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that he really feels it deep down. Like, I don't know. But yeah, some of the stuff I was like, I feel like I might be offended by you. I can't tell.
Yeah, I know. It's very much like a time capsule.
It really
I don't think that he would say some of the things he's saying now. Like, this is from 2005, This is a long time ago. So I don't know, he's talking about girls' boobies.
The scene where they were, like, throwing underwear around, I was like, that is so offensive. I would be in that house yelling. I cannot be like, that's okay.
Yeah, but he's just like a clown. He's putting on the makeup. He's putting girls' bras on. Like, it's a whole thing. It's how he's annoying. I think there's going to be a lot of it.
Yeah,
so
we'll see. We'll see what our verdict is later.
Yeah, right. So after the Howie segment, we start to see Rachel exploring the HOH room, and she finds this remote.
Oh, first we see Yvette and Eric.
Oh, do they get close
yes.
first? Okay.
First we see Yvette and Eric. Eric is, like, talking about his firefighting life.
Yeah.
And I guess we're supposed to feel for him. I'm already over him, so I don't. But yay, thank you for
this again
being
at the
hero.
time it was very close to 9/11.
That's true. I have to remember that.
Very much into the firefighters at this point.
We
still are. We
still
support
are.
the firefighters.
Yes, I'm all about firefighters except for Eric.
Eric's attitude is just not appealing.
But you do see him get teary about his family,
yeah.
so I guess that's a good thing to see about him. But what we really see is Yvette is, like, basically crushing on him.
Oh, she's locked into Eric.
And the two of them are on the hammock now together, talking about how they're gonna just take those ladies one by one.
Okay, Yvette, what?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, now Rachel in the HOH.
Yeah, so Rachel's in the HOH room, and we see her find this remote, and then she, is looking at the screen, and she sees the hidden room. And now listen, the producers had to spoon feed Rachel how to figure this out. They are zooming in on the books, look in the books, and she's like, oh, there are books in my room too, so let me look at the books in my room. Then she finds a clue to how to find this hidden room, right?
Look, this was fun. What a great idea. I can see the producers in the room now. And we'll have TV, and then we'll have the clue in the book. Like, I love it. I love the game of it. I love the puzzle of it. Why we had to have the most boring first HOH in charge of this game. I was cringing at how they had to have her in the diary room being like, and then I realized there's books in my room. I was like, she's so boring.
God, I know. Right. She just, like, kind of sits there staring. She's not, like, up running around the room. She's just not great TV.
There's no entertainment value with her whatsoever.
Yeah.
But you do see, like, over time, she's, like, trying to figure it out, looking around the house.
She finds the compass thing where she looks under the compass, and then she's got to hold it up to the mirror and read the message
doesn't want anyone else involved, so she wants to do this on her own. So she alone is, like, looking around.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, she eventually gets the key inside the gold room and realizes it goes to the hot tub. So now she's like, guys!
Yeah, right. And there's a little bit of fun in here, like a very little bit, because like she almost gets busted by Kaser. She has to like break into the room while Sarah's there laying on the bed asleep. Like there are some hurdles for her to overcome. But then like Sarah says, we get to the hot tub thing and she's like, what if I told you? Like she just does it in the most annoying way. Yeah. She's like, what if I told you that I could unlock the hot tub right now? What would you say? And like nobody really gives her the reaction that she wants.
Yeah. Do it.
So then she does it and then everyone's like,
hot tub.
Let's go in the hot tub. Okay.
Yeah, they're excited about a hot tub. Yeah. Not you, lady.
They don't care about you unlocking it. Because they weren't in this.
No.
Like, you're just springing it on them.
They're like, cool, you got a key.
So then it's story time with Rachel in the hot tub. And again, she kind of reveals that there's a secret room, right?
Yes.
And Yvette's like, up and at 'em.
Let's go.
I want to go.
No. Come back.
Come back. Sit down. Sit down.
Sit down.
Like she's just doing it at this pace that nobody wants.
I'm like, you're not a school teacher. This is not your classroom. Like, why is this so? But anyway, she's showing us that she is large and in charge. Yeah. And that it needs to be Rachel's way. So that just makes me go, where are we headed with this? Because you're not always going to be in charge, Rachel.
It's very much the Rachel show this week.
Eventually, Rachel decides how we're going to give someone this bedroom, and Yvette and Kaser get it.
Right. They do the lazy Susan thing, and they're the two that it lands on, so they get the special room, whatever. That's kind of how that whole thing ends.
Yes.
So then Rachel announces it's time for the veto ceremony, and this is a different veto ceremony than
I know. I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, so
they're like, okay, the head of household, these two, but we get to pick.
Everybody gets to pick. It's not a draw. And like maybe you get house guest choice.
Right.
It's just house guest choice for all three people.
I choose you, I choose you, I choose you.
Right. And she does interestingly note in her explanation of the power of veto that some weeks no one will win the power.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Looking forward to that. Because that's a wrinkle.
Yeah.
And then we see a little bit of Ashleigh like working on Howie as her pick. Like if I picked you, would you win it for me? And he's like, I don't know, like I can't really like pick sides right now.
He does
she's like
not want to like be involved.
No, she's like super into him and he doesn't seem to be so into her, and she's like, well, would you throw it to me at least? And he's like, I don't even know that.
I mean, at least this is like a little bit of game. Obviously Howie's not the one you should be talking to because he's not giving back to you what you want.
No.
But at least she's like, well, can you at least throw it to me?
Right.
Something.
Something.
So we do see her pick Howie in this little nom ceremony.
Yes.
But I don't know how well that's gonna go.
I don't know. And Rachel picks Maggie and Kaser picks Eric.
Yes.
Those are the choices.
I thought it was interesting she picked Maggie because we had gotten a couple like straight to camera of Maggie being like
suspicious.
I don't know about this Rachel show.
100%.
It's all the Rachel show.
Yeah.
And I was like, Yeah. Okay.
But those are the choices, and then we go outside, right?
Yes, and we go out for this comp.
Maybe the hottest day of the year. I don't know.
It's apparently super, super hot. It's called Rectangled, and they're in these cool things, and you have to get your rope through, which I love this because it's hard.
Yeah.
And they have to work as pairs.
Right.
This is interesting to me.
So it's not Howie throwing it for Ashleigh or winning it for Ashleigh. They have to win it together as a duo.
They have to work together. Everyone's pair has to work with them. And that's like straight up pairs.
Yeah,
you know, like if I picked you and I wanted you to like suck and now I'm like, ugh. Yeah. I don't think that anyone put that much thought into it, but I'm just saying any other season, I'd be like, oh, we have to work together?
Ooh, I didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, people are struggling. Like, Ashleigh fully just kind of shuts down at one point.
She's like, I'm done.
Yeah. Kaser thinks he's going to have heat stroke. Like, it's a whole thing. Rachel and Maggie are sort of doing the best out of everybody.
Yes.
They get a lead. And I think eventually maybe Eric and Kaser kind of catch up. But Rachel and Maggie are just too good at this.
Yeah.
And they eventually sort of get to decide which one of them is going to win the power of veto.
Yeah.
And they decide to give it to Rachel, of course, because Rachel wants it to be the Rachel's show.
Yeah, don't let Rachel take all of this.
Yeah, get all the blood on your hands, Rachel.
And even after the comp, Eric's like down, like having to take water, like he's struggling.
Yeah.
Of course, he's been on peanut butter and jelly, but it really seemed like Rachel and Maggie outshined everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Rachel now has all the power this week. She's the HOH. She's got the power of veto. She gets to decide what happens.
Interesting.
So, normally you would think, I'm going to keep my noms the same.
Yes. How many first weeks do we have someone just like taking all the power?
I know, right?
That is such a target.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's thinking about that at all.
I don't think so either.
She's gung-ho, take it
She's
all.
a little drunk with power.
Well, you would think we want to keep the noms the same.
Mm-hmm.
But Jennifer.
Well, Jennifer. Jennifer is locked herself in the HOH room for a little bit of privacy in that bathroom. Doesn't ask Rachel, doesn't clue her in like, hey, I'm going to be up there. Rachel just goes up there and the door's locked. She's got the key.
She opens it. She realizes Jennifer's in there. But then this gets worse. It's like icing on the cake. Jennifer leaves and unlocks the door.
On the way out.
To give herself access later?
Right.
Oh,
and she just kind of, it's not like, oh, sorry, oh God, like I should have said something, sorry.
No.
She's just like, thanks, Rachel.
She's
boop,
like,
boop,
bye.
boop, 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 and then unlocks the door on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay, way to make yourself at home in the HOH room.
Right.
So that, of course, Rachel having all the power this week and having found the hidden room, having unlocked the hot tub, she feels like she's in charge. She should know about everything going on in the house. Why is Jennifer up there on her own? I need to evict her.
She? Yeah. This is the thing. I get it. Be annoyed, be like, that's straight shady.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Jennifer.
Yeah.
But the fact that she like went to groups of people and was like, this is what Jennifer did. I'm gonna take Ashley down.
Yeah.
We're gonna vote out Jennifer. And they're like, huh?
What?
What?
Specifically, Yvette is like, girl, calm down.
Yeah.
Like, this is not that serious.
Yeah. Luckily, Yvette talks a little bit of sense into her and is like, okay, great. Like, let's keep it in mind.
Yeah.
But like, Ashley needs to go.
Right.
So we're not jumping ship. We're not changing course. Like, keep your head on a swivel,
Right. So then it goes to the veto ceremony, and Rachel does indeed keep the noms the same, so we're stuck with Kaser and Ashley as the final nominations for this week.
I did think that Ashley's speech was, like, so useless and pointless.
I know.
She was like, oh, yeah, whatever choice you made.
Sure, yeah, I respect it.
I was like, girl!
I know.
Are you playing at all?
Really not trying.
What are you doing here? Show up at least once.
Yeah, right.
No.
To no avail.
Okay, so that's the end of episode 2, right? We're going to episode 3 now.
Oh my God. It's all bodies
drama.
And bathing suits and flirting and like there's just, they are so heavy handed with the like, everybody's hot and young and like who's flirting, who's coupling up and like the first couple that we're focusing on, I'm sure there's going to be many this season, but Michael and Jennifer are getting a little too flirty for, I think it's Eric and is it Maggie? Eric and somebody are kind of calling it out.
It's Eric, April, and Kaser are sitting together. And, Eric got this guy's alliance thing going.
Yeah.
How dare Michael get close with a girl?
Yeah, what the hell, man?
But, like, we already learned from episode 1 that Jennifer is like, she's just playing all the guys.
She's just a flirt.
The drama that ensues between Eric and it goes Eric to don't say anything, Kaser to Michael, Michael to Eric back to Kaser. I was like,
I know, right?
Teenagers,
and it's literally like every step of the way, the person is like, don't say anything, and then Kaser goes to Michael and he's like, don't say anything, just tone it down. Yeah. And then Michael goes to Eric and he's like, like don't say anything, but like, am I being too flirty with Jennifer? And Eric is like, okay, Kaser must have said something to you.
Now, I really did think that Michael played it off well. I did not think it sounded like anyone said anything. He just sounded like a dude being like, I think Jennifer's into me, but like, I'm not about it.
Her.
Like, I'm just gonna back off.
Yeah.
But Eric's spidey senses were up because Kaser was like, should I say something?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, now Eric's all like, I can't trust Kaser.
I can't trust you. I can't trust you, dude.
Now we find out later, we find out the pairs. And we find out that Kaser and Michael are pairs. So obviously Kaser's gonna say something.
Obviously, yes. He's trying to help his pair out because everybody knows that if they make it to the final 2 as a pair, they're playing for the biggest prize in Big Brother history. So he's like, I gotta like clue my pair in here.
Yeah.
Like people are looking at you because you're getting too cozy with Jennifer.
Right, but you know, doesn't work out so well.
No.
And then we do see Kaser back to Michael being like, now Eric is like,
Right, so this like all guys alliance that, you know, Eric has built is now crumbling because he can't trust Kaser.
Because of girl drama.
I know.
Give me a break.
I know.
Okay, here's an interesting thing about 2005 BB6.
Yeah.
They don't vote like we're used to.
This eviction episode was so bizarre. This is the most off format that we have encountered so far from what we're used to.
And it was also really slow. And I don't know...
Ooh, you're in trouble, Joey.
Joey, this eating your paw thing is not good for you, but also it's loud. And so you're going to the bed.
Joey's in trouble.
This episode was slow.
Yeah.
Like, were we lacking music? What was it? I just don't understand how this episode...
And the whole, like...
the lack of audience clapping, like, what is it?
Yeah, I guess it just doesn't feel alive.
It doesn't.
And, like, the whole, like, these contestants, like, talking through the vote in the diary room, like, just show me the conversation between people.
Yeah.
I don't need to, like, hear them working it through in their head so much. It just felt a lot of like, well, I like Kaser for this reason, but I like Ashley for this reason.
It also didn't feel organic.
No.
It didn't feel like they were talking through stuff.
It was very prompted.
They were like, well, here's one point about this person, but here's another point about this person. So that's just not real.
And then all of a sudden, it's Janelle voting to evict Kaser. And I'm like, what?
Right.
We got one vote?
Yes.
This is weird.
Okay. I should say, before we get into the pairs, which is what we're about to get to.
Right.
So last week I said, I feel like Hallie and Rachel might be a pair. That was the only thing I could get.
Okay.
We talked about it in the last video, but I was like, I'm just guessing. I don't know. So then in this episode, I was like, if Ashley has a pair, they have to be trying to keep her. And nobody seemed to be trying to keep her except Janelle. Janelle said one conversation to... Who was it? It was a female.
I think April. She said, I don't want to see one of the girls go.
Yeah, and she was talking about, like, let's keep Ashlia. Whatever. So now that Janelle is... So I'm thinking Janelle must be Ashley's
But she must, because Janelle's literally the only person campaigning for Ashley, because Ashley is not even campaigning for Ashley yet.
And then in this diary room, Janelle's convincing me that she wants to keep Kaser.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden is like, so I vote to evict Kaser.
So that was the thing for me. So you assumed that Janelle and Ashley were a pair. I assumed that Janelle and Kaser were a pair because Janelle makes this comment about like, I'm closest to Kaser in the house and also Ashlia. And I'm like, if you are close to Kaser at all, you must know him. Because why else would you be close to him in this house? Like, that's such an odd pairing. You know? So I assumed that Janelle and Kaser were a pair. Not so. Sarah was right. They revealed the pairs.
Well, then, because then she's like, vote the votes. I'm so confused by this vote. Then we go to a commercial break and I'm like, what is this show?
I know. It was so weird.
We come back, then we go through all the pairs. So we only have one vote. And now we're going through the pairs, which I did love this package of the pairs.
It was fun.
They edited this well.
Yes. So they reveal Yvette and Beau first, which tracks. They're both kind of loud and outgoing. Fun. And every single pair has a diary room soundbite where they're like, the twist this season is me, and nobody has any idea.
You know, like whatever. It's very cute that they all like say that in the diary room. But I love the way that they were like, but whatever. And then the next thing we see is like, well, obviously Yvette and Beau know each other. So I think there are more people who know each other.
It was a whole table of people being like, Yvette and Beau are friends. Yeah. We know this.
They didn't hide that very well at all. But then they go from couple to couple to couple to couple, and we start to see like more about them, and I really, really enjoyed that. But obviously, first week down, and they all know that there's probably more pairs.
Yes, right. Because, and I think people are maybe a little more attuned to it, only because everybody knows that they're in a pair.
Yes.
So then if they see any kind of like special relationship between two other people, they're probably like, oh, well, there must be other pairs. Like, it's not that hard to figure out.
That's exactly how I would figure that out.
Yeah.
I know I have a pair. Those two look like a pair.
Yeah.
This is what I thought BB21 was going to be.
Yeah, right.
Thought they were going to have pairs, and then if I'm Tommy and Christy, I'm sure as shoot looking for any other type of pair.
Absolutely.
If I'm Holly and Kat, I'm looking for any other type of pair. And I was shocked that that wasn't more of a thing this season.
Yeah.
I was like, every week they should be like, that's a pair. Let's get them out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But on BB6, it was pretty much every pair. I think the only pair that they didn't show a lot of suspicion was James and Sarah. But I think it was because it was such a long package of James and Sarah being in love, even though they've only been dating for 4 months.
4 months! But they're like, they've been dating for 4 months. What? Okay,
Julie
fast forward to a package of how much in love they are?
Julie referred to them as the loves of each other's life.
They
and I'm like,
just met.
You've been dating 4 months.
4 months
Give me a
is
break.
Probably when casting started for this season.
I know.
This is not a couple.
No.
I mean, they're a couple, but like, come on.
Right. They're like kissing and they cross their fingers, they're in love, whatever.
Great.
But then there's also like a good amount of James flirting with other girls and Sarah being jealous. And I'm like, of course he's flirting with other girls. It's not like he's been with this girl committed for 2 years.
No.
He barely knows her.
They barely know each other. Give me a break. That's not a couple.
Yes.
But that has to be hard. I mean, first off, your first 4 months, like, that would be so hard to pretend like you're not together. And I do feel like James's head is in the game, and I feel like Sarah is being forced onto this game show to be with the love of her life.
Well, yeah, because we've already seen Sarah napping, so that's not a great sign. But should we run through the pairs really quick?
Yes.
So it's Yvette and Beau.
Yes.
And then it's Michael and Kaser.
Right.
Know each other, which we already talked about. Maggie and Eric, which I think is an interesting pair, but it makes sense with the ER nurse and the firefighter. Like,
I was like, okay, got it.
You run in the same circles.
Yes.
And then it's James and Sarah. Jennifer and April are like best friends or something, right? And
I was like, oh, the 2 girls who aren't getting much camera time.
Yeah, they're friends. And then Janelle and Ashleigh, which you predicted. And then the final one is Rachel and Howie, which you also predicted.
Yeah, that's the only one I really predicted. Janelle and Ashleigh, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bummer that Janelle is potentially losing her girl.
Right. And then the other thing that happens after the pairs is that we see, again, the votes are so random, but we just see a little more talky in the diary room, and Michael votes for Ashleigh, which of course Michael votes for Ashleigh because Kaser's his pair. Right. So it makes sense that we get Janelle voting for Kaser because Ashleigh is her pair, and then Michael votes for Ashleigh because Kaser is his pair. So those votes make sense for us to see kind of right off the bat. They're obvious votes.
And then we only see one other vote.
That's it.
James's vote, right?
Yes, because we get the whole package of James and Sarah together in Love and Love and Love, and then James votes for Kaser, and those are the only votes we get for the whole episode.
Right. Which is interesting that we don't see all the votes, but because it's only 9-2 are the votes, so we see the 2 votes that go opposite.
Right.
So that does make sense in the long run, and Ashleigh is voted out.
Yes.
No surprise there.
The other, like, different thing from what we're used to seeing is there's no, it's not this live eviction format. So there's no final speech to sway people before they go into the diary room, which
they've already voted.
Who knows if the speeches ever really sway people before they go into the diary room?
It doesn't.
But they only get an opportunity for last words now.
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting to see how that plays out, because sometimes in those speeches, people try to blow up game, right?
Oh,
and that is a way to maybe sway a vote before it happens. But do you blow up somebody's game after the vote has happened? Because you still might be in the house, you know?
You know, though. I mean, there are definitely times when you know you were voted out. Great, give me my last speech here and I will blow it up because I know I'm out.
Right.
But yeah, it's hard to say, like, how much earlier in the day did they vote? Like, do they get a vibe? Like, do they know? And of course, Ashleigh walks out to dead silence.
Oh my gosh, because there's no audience.
There's no audience. There's no music.
It's so awkward.
The whole time until she, like, walks out the door. Then we finally get a little bit of music. I was like, come on, producers.
I know.
And then we spent, like, 15 minutes, it felt like, on eavesdropping, which they don't call it this. But, like, she's walking out, and I guess they're getting her situated in a chair or whatever. While the camera is just on everyone, like, milling around. Oh, should we hug? Okay.
Okay. We see like Howie and Janelle hug awkwardly. And it's just so weird.
Wait, the camera's still on them.
Yeah.
And we eventually get to Ashley and Julie.
Yeah.
And we have a little bit of an interview.
Which is whatever.
It is, because she clearly didn't have her head in the game.
She barely played it.
And I have to imagine that this was good for Janelle, because we do know a bit more about Janelle's future.
We do.
And Ashley would have just held her back.
Oh my gosh.
Dragged her down.
Yeah, the only interesting part of Ashley's interview is the goodbye message from Janelle.
Yeah.
Now, the way they're doing the goodbye messages, it seems, is that you only get a goodbye message from your partner. I don't know how that's going to work, moving forward.
Right.
But whatever, we'll see. So we only see the goodbye message from Janelle, and she is like out for revenge. She's saying, if you're getting this, it means you've been evicted, and I will like take care of those who are responsible for your eviction.
I will take care of them.
And we know that Janelle can take care of them because we know a little bit about her future.
Yes. So I'm assuming this is the spark under her bootay.
Yeah.
So I am excited about that.
Yep.
I also feel like this gave Kaser a spark, so I'm excited to see where he goes.
Yeah.
Now we go to the HOH, and who looks like they have a spark is Eric.
Yeah.
Just them lined up in their little booths to do a true false. I was like, whoa, Eric is like wanting to win this.
And I did like this, they've changed the way they do true false now. I liked this format.
Yes.
Of like speed, because now they take so long to like lock in their answers.
And like think about it.
And people are Julie says answers are locked, and then people are changing it to like there are some gray areas nowadays.
You had to just go.
Commit.
Because like the first 3 or so questions, everyone got right.
Yeah. And it's about speed.
And whoever just was last, that's it. You're out.
Right.
So it was impressive how fast you had to be.
Yeah.
And it did mess up a few people. I think they like accidentally did the wrong answer eventually.
Yeah.
But it comes down to Eric and Janelle.
And I'm thinking, oh, Janelle, comp beast. Like
this
is the beginning. No.
I think she did one of those like accidentally did the wrong answer.
She did the wrong one. So Eric wins HOH, which is going to be, it'll be an entertaining week.
Oh, yeah, no, I am definitely looking forward to this because I think he's going to be intense and crazy.
Yes.
I have no idea who his noms are going to be except probably 2 females.
Oh, for sure 2 females, not a vet.
I also have to imagine that this is going to like put a target on his back.
Yeah.
And not Maggie. Won't be a vet, won't be Maggie.
Right.
But like by the end of this week, will he have any friends whatsoever?
Yeah, I know. He'll probably put Rachel up because he's said like Rachel's a wolf in sheep's clothing. She probably had too much power for his liking this past week.
She did have too much power.
So I think Rachel
She's also boring TV, Eric.
Yeah.
Take her out.
Take her out. I know. So we'll see, but I definitely do think it will be 2 females, unless he kind of feels like Kaser betrayed me and I can't trust him, so I have to put Kaser up again.
I know. They're like really harping on this, but I mean, come on, dude.
I know. Relax.
Seriously? Yeah. That's what's going to upset you?
I know.
What's more important? Women coming after you?
Right.
Or Kaser.
Pick a lane.
Yeah, exactly.
So we will definitely see him pick a lane this week. So it should be fun. So for our next recap, we're going to do the full week, right?
Right. So it's 3 episodes, I believe, next week. Let me just confirm that real quick.
I think that's right because it seems like it's sort of the same structure that we're used to, where it does take 3 full episodes to get to an eviction.
Episode 4, 5, and 6 will be our next video that we will put up next week, which will be this entire Eric's HOH reign, and we will see who he ultimately evicts.
All right. Well, this is fun. I'm enjoying watching this old season.
I am, absolutely. It's so different. I'm loving it. I'm so glad that you guys are watching with us.
Yes.
Please let us know what you're thinking about this 2005.
Yeah, right. And make sure you guys watch those next 3 episodes before the next recap so we can all be on the same page.
Yeah.
All right. See you next time. Bye.